All right, welcome to our final briefing on AI security. We have covered a lot of ground together, the basics, the threats, and our game plan for defense. Now it's time to pull it all together and really lock in what we've learned.
So we've made it through the whole journey. But what really matters now? What are the absolute key lessons that are going to keep us safe in this new AI world? Well, that's what we're here to do.
Here's how we're going to retrace our steps. We'll start with a quick recap of the AI fundamentals, then revisit those AI-enabled threats we uncovered. From there, we'll review our collective defense strategy, talk about staying ahead of the game, and wrap up with your ongoing mission.
Okay, let's get into it. You'll remember in Chapter 1, we started with the absolute basics. We defined what artificial intelligence really is, and why this kind of security training isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's totally essential.
Then, in Chapter 2, we zeroed in on generative AI. We talked about how this isn't just AI that analyzes stuff. It actually creates brand new, original content. This makes it an incredible tool for us. But, it's also a seriously powerful weapon in the wrong hands.
And that brought us to the core rules of engagement for using AI responsibly. We established that the bottom line is this: treat AI like a super smart assistant, but never, ever the final boss. That means we always keep a human in the loop, we understand its limits, and most importantly, we protect our confidential data like it's gold. So with those basics down, we had to turn to the darker side of things. In Chapter 3, we explored how AI has completely rewritten the playbook for cyber attacks, changing the game for all of us trying to defend against them.
Remember this? We compared the old school attacks, those generic, easy-to-spot phishing emails, with the new wave of AI-enhanced threats. These new attacks are scarily personal, they adapt on the fly, and they feel incredibly human, all while being deployed on a massive scale.
And if you needed a reason to take this seriously, well, we looked at this number: $10 trillion. That's the projected cost of cybercrime by 2025. This isn't some far-off sci-fi problem. It's happening right here, right now. And the financial impact is just staggering.
In Chapter 4, we saw exactly how this plays out in the real world. We walked through this case step by step. The bad guys grab a few seconds of a CEO's voice online, they train an AI to clone it, and bam, they trick an employee into wiring away almost $250,000. Then in Chapter 5, we dug deeper into this idea of vishing, or voice phishing. And this is where we learned something really chilling. Modern AI only needs about 3 to 5 seconds of someone's voice to create a totally convincing fake. That's it. A clip from a social media post, a podcast, it's more than enough.
And in Chapter 6, we moved from audio to video, tackling the threat of deepfakes. We saw just how many doors this opens for bad actors. We're talking everything from manipulating stock markets to corporate espionage and highly personal blackmail schemes.
But we didn't stop there. We also talked about how to fight back. In that chapter, we learned to spot the giveaways, the telltale signs of a deepfake. Things like unnatural movements or weird lighting. And remember the tip about the eyes? If they're not blinking naturally or they have a weird glassy stare, that is a huge red flag. Our own eyes are our first line of defense.
Okay, so all of that threat analysis led us right here to our defense strategy. In Chapter 7, we really focused on the idea that a strong, security-aware culture where everyone is on board is our single most powerful shield.
And here, we broke down the 5 key roles that every single one of us plays. We made it clear that this is not just an IT problem. Every single person is a vigilant observer, a rapid responder, a continuous learner. Security is a team sport. It's a shared responsibility, period.
And a huge part of that responsibility is knowing what to do when you see something suspicious. We reviewed this protocol, which lays out exactly what info our security teams need, and they need it fast. The more detail they get and the quicker they get it, the better our chances are. In Chapter 8, we then got even more specific. We looked at how security duties change depending on your department. From HR safeguarding employee data to marketing protecting our brand online. We saw that every single role has a unique and vital part to play in our defense. In our final chapter, we shifted our gaze to the future. We talked about what's coming down the pike, the trends that are going to shape AI security, and how we can get ready for them right now. We looked at this timeline and, yeah, it's a bit of a wake-up call. It shows just how fast this stuff is moving. We're talking about advanced voice cloning becoming a common mainstream threat within the next year or so, and things like autonomous hacking bots not too far behind. The pace of change is just incredible. But, and this is a big but, here's the good news. We talked about the solution, adaptive, continuous training. And the numbers don't lie. Companies that do this see a massive 75% improvement in threat detection and cut successful attacks by 60%. The stuff really, really works. And really, that brings us to the core message of this whole series, and it's summed up perfectly in this quote we looked at. Security isn't some finish line you cross. It's a journey, a constant process of being vigilant, of learning, and of adapting. So, we've recapped our journey together. But your personal mission? Well, that's ongoing. The threats are going to keep changing, and that means we have to keep changing too. So the real question, the one that matters most, is the one right here on the screen. How will you stay vigilant? Thanks for your commitment.